This is episode 6 of our UK tour. These pins show the places that we will be visiting, so check out our playlist if you want to catch up with any previous episodes. In this episode, we discover the old American airbase Grafton under Wood. We visit its church, which has a fantastic stained glass window of a B-57 bomber. We learn about a king who made a heartbreaking journey with his dead queen and installed crosses in her memory on the way. And we also take a look at Kirby Hall, a fine country estate that now lays in ruins. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Our last episode finished with us at Rests Park waiting to see the Lord Chamberlain's men performing As You Like It.
Come hither, come hither, come hither.
It was a great evening, but it finished late, so we had to find a park up very nearby. Well, this is where we spent the night after the show, and it's very near to the exit. Only a little bit in there. Can't reach your bit in the corner. That bit's on the outside, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. I wondered what you meant.
That's it. We're done. Okay.
Okay, so this is what we look like when we get up at 6:30 in the morning.
He looks fine to me. There comes the cat over the bridge, look. Been out on a hunt all night.
So we've got up early and we're going to just relocate somewhere so we can have a wash.
Yeah.
And maybe have our breakfast somewhere.
Yep. That's the plan. Well, I did say we were very close to Rests Park, so we've come back to the grounds and we're going to rest up here. Breakfast has arrived. Lovely jubbly. You're having yours warm, are you? I prefer them cold now.
Yeah, I think when they're warm they go too soft, don't they?
Yeah.
They're better when they're crispy. And I'd forgotten that from when we were in France.
We forget a lot of things, didn't we, Charlie? We just forgot to put the roof down when we were driving off.
Just drove off with the roof up. Knocked a branch off a tree.
A small one, a twig, not a branch, Barney.
No, it was like that big,
Yeah.
quite big.
Blooming gave me a fright, I know that. That happened just before we pulled up here, but sadly we haven't got any footage of that. Right.
What time did we get up? 6:30?
Yeah.
And it's 10 to 10 now.
And we've just been
What have
sat
we done?
here, enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, taking
Had a
it easy.
manic hunt for the
Lost
microphone.
a microphone.
but it's stuck to the bottom of the seat with its magnet. Right, so we're off. Nice leisurely drive to the next place. There's no charge to come into the parking area of Rest Park, so it's quite a nice little place to hold up.
Saturday football game is in progress.
Yeah, we're lucky we moved away from their hut, aren't we?
Yeah, that's just where we washed this morning.
It's busy now.
Yeah, look at them all.
You never know where people are going to turn up, do you?
No.
You think you've picked a nice quiet spot and all of a sudden you're swamped with people. Cold calling zone signs here. Don't think I've seen them before. We've got a no cold calling sign in our house, haven't we?
Just one we've made ourselves.
Yeah. Well, it's a treat though, doesn't it? I can't remember the last time someone knocked on our door trying to sell us anything.
Yeah. Oh, look at this old building.
That's beauty, isn't it? .20-mile-per-hour zone. Getting lots of these now, aren't we?
Normally by a school.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a school here or it's just for the town.
Right here.
Town.
Just used to love playing in haystacks when I was a kid. Did you ever do it? And I suppose where you live, there was any to be played in, was there?
The only thing I remember is I used to go horse riding on a Saturday morning, and at the end of the day, shoveling all the hay and cleaning out the horses.
Yeah.
Playing in the big stack of hay there.
Cough. Urgent. Stop the stink with email or ink. What's that all about?
I don't know, did you manage to read the rest of it?
No, something. It looked like it was something from the local council.
Asking them people to email for something.
Yeah. There's a mammoth distribution centre here. I'll take a look. We don't have many places like this down south, so I always like to pull over and have a look if I can. This is the Primark distribution centre at Woodford Ford. I have to confess, this just-in-time principle has always worried me. If anything goes significantly wrong with the supply chain, we're all Donald Ducked.
Samuel Pepys has seen better days.
Village of Slipton. It's a beautiful cottage, isn't it?
Lovely.
Oh, this flower.
Very dried up, this river though.
Yeah. We've come across a memorial that we didn't know was here. This one reminds us of the Second World War, when things were very different then. It's an airbase, and these trees mark one of the runways. Memorial to the 384th Bombardment Group, Air Force of the United States of America, flew from this airfield 43 to 45. This says the first and last bombs dropped by the 8th Air Force were airplanes flying from Grafton Under Wood. Grafton Under Wood was a Royal Air Force station. It's located in Northamptonshire, England, but it served as a bomber airfield during World War II. This was one of the primary airfields used by the Americans during the war and played a significant role in the Allied bombing campaign against Nazi Germany. Today, much of the airfield has been returned to agricultural use, but there's still some remains of the airfield and memorials to the men who served there. In the lower corner of the picture is the intersection of the two runways that used to be here. Where once there was the roar of engines, we now have the buzzing of bees. Nice cup of tea. Charlie's sitting out in the sun as usual. Nice peaceful little spot this. Except when a car goes by. It's a small world. Yeah, no, I hit the tree.
Yeah.
And but I just caught out the corner of my eye Carol saying stop, stop, stop.
I was filming him.
Yeah.
Reversing. I thought he was bound to have seen this huge big tree.
This was Ian and Jean, who also have a camper van, and they also have a YouTube channel, which is called Ian from Corby, and we'll put a link in the description to that. Ian and Jean told us about a church in the village which we had missed, so we've come back into the village of Grafton Under Wood to have a look at it.
All these apples.
Oh yeah.
This is the church of St. James the Apostle. It dates back to the 12th century, but it's undergone various alterations and restorations over the centuries.
And he's doing, I think he's doing a window on 5th Avenue, New York.
Oh,
at the
right,
moment.
yeah.
And they're giving a talk. He'll be here to give a talk with Richard Coles. The bottom appears on TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's on the Saturday night.
Yeah.
And then the consecration of the windows is on the Sunday. But I think it's in a fortnight's time. But it does give a lovely warm glow, especially this time in the afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it sort of modernises the church slightly. Yeah.
I've not seen one like that before.
No.
In the south aisle of the church is a memorial to the 384th Bomber Group. Blimey, I used to have an old motorbike like this, an MZ250. Bloomin' ugly, but what a lovely bike to ride. Right, time to get moving. Looks very
Oh,
nice.
there's deer in the field. Are they deer or sheep?
No, that's
Sheep. It's the Boughton Hall estate. House. actual church. Well, there's the cross. When Eleanor of Castile died in 1290, her husband, King Edward I, was so distraught he raised 12 crosses in her memory.
On their way back to London, the funeral entourage made 12 stops. It is said that the king was inconsolable, so this journey with all its hangers-on must have been quite an ordeal for them.
This is the Geddington cross, one of only 3 Eleanor crosses that are still standing and is regarded as the best preserved. This is the church of St Mary Magdalene at Geddington. It is famous for the King's Door that was once the entrance to a royal hunting lodge. This is a priest's effigy dating from around 1500. He's carrying in one hand a chalice and paten, and in the other hand a Bible or prayer book. I've found so many church graveyards lately have just been left to grow wild. It's good for the insects, but it's also a bit of a fire risk in this dry weather. And this is the King's Door from the outside.
Imagine the panic for the nobles who found out that the king was on his way, carrying his dead wife, and they were going to stop here for the night.
The view over this way is over the old medieval town of Kirby, and you can see the bumps in the ground where the buildings used to be. The gardens have been recreated as they may have appeared in the 1690s, with their parterres, statues and elaborate topiary.
I need to teach you how to whistle.
The building and gardens are now owned by the Earl of Winchelsea and are managed by English Heritage. The house is now in a semi-ruined state, with many parts being roofless, although the Great Hall and the staterooms remain intact. Kirby Hall is one of the great Elizabethan houses of England. It was built during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I by the ambitious Northamptonshire gentleman Sir Humphrey Stafford, who began building it in 1570 as a statement of his wealth, taste and status. I'm being followed. Where are you going then? Hey, come to say hello. You're pretty. Beautiful. Show us your tail. Show us your tail.
We've had a busy day today and seen a lot of things, so we're a bit starving at the moment, and Carol's in the Indian getting us a takeaway. Well, we had really nice curry sitting here by this boating lake, but now it's time to move on. Daisy May getting a shot of where we are.
Rockingham Castle through the trees.
Nice evening again, isn't it?
Beautiful. So lucky with the weather again.
Yep.
It's a very pretty little village. Yeah.
Right, this place should do us for the night. It's nicely placed for what we want to be doing tomorrow, when we are going to go from here to Belvoir Castle for a battle reenactment.
Hi, two adults for the castle and gardens, please.
A lot of people think that the red jacket was chosen to hide the colour of blood on the battlefield, red, or just a red dye, and he chose this because it was the cheapest one he could get his hands on in mass quantity.
Proud, as if to point out to them who it was. But you might question, how long might have they been alive? So a scientist during the time who actually did get guillotined, he actually asked to do some tests where he would blink constantly, waiting for the blade to come down.